Play, and this commercial comes on. There's this dude running through the wilderness. He's running, and all of a sudden the wilderness turns into like the Grand Canyon. He's like bum 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 bum. Then all of a sudden he's climbing this mountain. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? So he's climbing this mountain, and this fire-breathing dragon comes in from the right side of the screen. It's like, oh, boom. I'm like, dude, that thing's trying to bite your toe, bro. Man, the guy's like kicking, like, get back, dragon. That's my toe. Get back. And he's kicking this dragon. He gets to the top of this canyon. He's up there. He pulls a sword out. I'm like, dude, who carries a sword when they're running? Anyways, so he pulls a sword out. He jabs the dragon in its eye, like, take that, dragon, for trying to bite my toe. And all of a sudden, he does one of these and turns into a what? A Marine. I don't know how I confused the Marine for the Army. But I'm like, I got to join the Army. What? Done. Something. Well, long story short, they shipped this Cuban American, okay, from Miami to Fort Knox, Kentucky. Woo! That's what I said when I got off the bus. Woo! It is freezing in here. 65 degrees in Miami. Ladies and gentlemen, we're closing schools, and we're looting Old Navies for jackets, okay? Survival mode. Is that apart from the weather, I started realizing I'm not the big dog anymore. I'm not the big fish. People are different around me. And not only are people different around me, but people are treating me a little bit differently. Kind of weird. No problem. We move forward. I go to Iraq. 2004, February 2nd, boots on ground, Baghdad, Iraq. I land there, and I had a team of 6 people, and I realized that this one guy in my team would never talk to me. He was from Tennessee. The dude would not give me the time of day. Nothing. Wouldn't talk to me, wouldn't look at me, nothing. Until one night, when we're getting ready to go on a raid, okay, this is crazy, and they tell us that you might lose lives that night, including yours. We're doing a little huddle, and I'll never forget this. We're huddled around each other, a group of 6 men. We're holding each other, and we're praying. We're looking at each other like saying, you know what? This might be the last time I'll ever see you guys. This might be the last time I'll ever go to Wendy's. I mean, that's the type of thing, that's what you think. I'm like, dude, I'll never go to Wendy's and order a Frosty in my life. Let's get to praying. And this guy from Tennessee who didn't give me the time of day, I realized that he was here on my left, and I was to his right, and he shook me, and I shook him. And as we're getting ready to go on a mission, he goes, hey, Garcia, I got your back, brother. And he saved my life that night. He saved my life. But why is it that because of the way that I look, I was already put into a box? Why is it that because of someone's sexual orientation, they're put into a box? You know why it is, ladies and gentlemen? The answer is not in a book that you get at Barnes & Nobles, or a magazine that you read, or maybe a newsletter that you get. The reason is deep down inside each and every one of you, in those little parts of our body and our mind that we never show anybody. Once you pass the guard dog and the spotlight, and you take that little Willy Wonka fairy down to that part, and the little arm's like, halt, who goes there? You're like, hey, I got the password. Okay, proceed. There's a little filter that's in there that you don't talk about. But it's what gives you the understanding to know how people are in this world. And what creates that filter? Only you know that secret equation. You might say one thing, but that filter says another. We start peeling back those layers of privilege, of identity, of assumptions. There might be tears, but we're going to rip through that so we can get to that little sweet spot that determines the way that you look at people in your daily lives. Thank you.